Yo guys, how's it going? In today's video we're going to look at Reese Basses. So we're going to look at 4 different Reese Basses, and these can be used in any genres. Let's get straight into it. So let's begin by opening a Serum. For the first Reese Bass we're going to make like a deep sounding Reese. So let's start with oscillator A. I'm just going to put this -2. And we're going to use full unison, detune it slightly, get oscillator B, put it to -2, and then we're going to add a filter, and we're going to pick one of the flanges, and I'm going to use a bit of a random one here. You can just pick whatever you think sounds good based on the tune you're working on. Put the drive up a little bit. As you can see, we're starting to get that gritty Reese bass sound. Now for some post-processing, let's add a compressor first. Make it multi-band. Just turn the gain up. And let's put a filter on. Let's pick MG low 24. Bring the cutoff up a bit. And you can play around with this filter as well. Bring the cutoff to anywhere you feel the sound sounds best. We're going to add some distortion. We're going to use Asylum for this. And then let's EQ just some of the low end and some of the high end. And there you've got your first Reese bass sound. Moving on to the second Reese bass. So for this Reese bass, again, we're going to use oscillator A, -2, oscillator B at -2. And then we're going to bring the unison up to 6 on both sides. And then we're going to draw some custom tables. So I'm going to use this selection and draw a line all the way diagonally down. And then pinch the tops like this. And then I'm going to repeat that on this one. And then what I'm going to do is add a filter. And then what we can do is get this envelope and change it slightly. Like this, and then we can actually apply this envelope to different things. So for example, I can apply it to this level, apply it to this level, I can apply it to the cutoff, I can apply it to this res, to the drive, to the fat. This is creating a really deep sounding Reese bass. And I can go to the effects tab and add an EQ. And you've got yourself a deep sounding Reese bass. Now obviously everything is adjustable, so I can literally change anything and adjust it to how you want it to sound and how it feels in the mixdown of your tune. Moving on to the third Reese bass sound. Now this Reese bass was originally made by Booth and it is available in our free drum and bass pack. I'll leave a link to it in the description. So for this one we want to pick basic shapes. And let's pick basic shapes for oscillator B as well. And then we're going to change the wavetables to this one. Oscillator down to -1 on each one. And then what we're going to do is grab this macro here and put it on the fin. Do the same for oscillator B. And then we're going to go to the matrix and change this type to an arrow. So you see now this is only going one direction. And then we're going to point this one left and keep this one pointed right. Go to oscillator A, add some FM from oscillator B, pump this up, and we should get a sound like this. And then if we change the macro, you start to get a wobble sounding Reese. Now let's turn the rand off, the phase down. Let's go to the FX tab, add some distortion. And add some compression. And you can just play around with that. Now for the final Reese bass, let's grab a basic MCB, put it to unison of 6, turn the DT down a little bit, turn the rand off. And then we're going to turn on oscillator B. Oh, we're going to turn the octave down as well for both. We're going to leave it like that. Then we're going to come to this macro section again. And we're just going to grab the detune and detune it slightly with the macro. Let's go to the effects tab, add a hyper dimension. And then we can use a macro on this one as well. So we're turning on these macros, and then let's add a compressor. Then let's add some distortion. And then finally some EQ just to get the And then we have 4 Reese Basses for you to use in your track. If you want the direct download to the presets for this, head over to my Patreon. There's lots of goodies on there, including them. Other than that, make sure to subscribe, drop a comment on what kind of videos you want to see in the future, give the video a like, and I'll see you all in the next one.